least, this guy is a veteran of everything. He's a military veteran. He's also a law enforcement veteran, and he is a canine trainer, and his name is Donald Freeman. Donald.
The Freeman.
And Donald, if you'll tell us why you got in, but before you do that, tell us what is District 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got one right. District 5. And so if you'll tell us, by the way, you're running against Rubber Stamp, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I mean, we're not going to say his name. You know, I had Rubber Stamp come up to me at the Hobnob, and he was kind of mad at me because I say, you know, he doesn't really say anything. He just sits up there and rubber stamps. And he was kind of angry at me, and he came up to me. That's what happens in politics when it's local, folks. You run into the people you're talking about. And they come up and they go, hey, I heard what you said about me. And I said, well, dude, get your own voice. You know, it makes me boil when you don't do things on your own. And we saw it when we were down there this last meeting. And Anita Bradford, by the way, Anita will tell you, I have criticized Anita Bradford, okay? And I didn't support her when she ran. Well, I was so proud of Anita Bradford that night. And by the way, Anita Bradford's not a Republican. She's a Democrat. She found her own voice. And all we needed was one more of them to find their own voice, and Rubber Stamp wasn't one of them. Okay, so I'll probably see him, by the way. I'm probably going to be in trouble again. But Rubber Stamp is who you're running against, and so tell us, why are you running, and what, in your District 5, right?
Yes. Well, can I tell you a little bit more about myself first?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
You got the mic, do what you want.
Oh, tell me that. I'll start talking all night.
No, you won't.
I actually grew up here in Deltona. I graduated Deltona High School in 1993, and I immediately joined the U.S. Navy. Upon completion of hospital corps school and boot camp, I was assigned to the Marine Corps and did the rest of my time with the Marines. Go figure, join the Navy, and I spent the time with the Marines. So it was the best time of my life, and I loved it. In '98, I got out and went into the police academy and got hired to a police department in this local area. And I worked there for a couple of years, and then went over to another police department across the bridge there to make a little bit more money. And became a canine officer, was a canine officer there for about 9 years, and decided to go back overseas to serve the State Department, and worked, I was a private military contractor, and worked explosive canine over at the U.S. Embassy. I both did executive protection on dignitaries over there, and worked with the 56th Special Forces Unit with the Iraqi Army. So I did all that stuff and came back here in December. And now I'm, working a bomb dog over at the ports and over at Universal and other places in the Central Florida area.
You're not allowed to tell us how you...
No, I can't do that. Okay.
You have to kill him.
So the reason why I decided to run, a couple of people was like trying to go run 6 months ago, and I was like, no, find someone better. And I started following the politics in Deltona at that point. I was overseas in Iraq, and I started following the websites, started watching local news over there when I can get information, and I wasn't liking what I saw.
Yep.
And I also had issues with my grandmother, and I had to take some action on that, and I moved her in. The story with my grandmother is she was living in Deltona, and she has a fixed income, all right? And we all have fixed incomes, okay, including me. I live paycheck to paycheck.
Paycheck to paycheck.
Okay, so I understand where she was coming from. And, my relationship with my grandma is a little different, okay? She actually raised me, and I call her my mom, because she was basically my mother since I was 3 weeks old. Okay, so she's my mom. So when she was telling me about all that stuff, I can't let her live paycheck to paycheck like that. I moved her into my house. So when she moved in my house, now she's got more of a free income, free money that she can go do stuff. And she's gonna stay in my house until she passes away or whatever happens.
Jesus comes.
So, you got to show loyalty to your family and also to your community. Because I was raised basically by my grandmother as a single mom, okay? And if it wasn't for male influences in my life, I wouldn't be the man I am today. So therefore, you have to make a good example for your community as well as your other family members. That's basically why I decided to run, because I wasn't liking what was going on in our community. People are living paycheck to paycheck. There are far worse on money situations than what I am. And they're nickel and diming all of us to death. Okay, that's got to stop. We got to do something. The only way I know how to do it is become involved. Okay, that's the only way I know. And I wasn't going to let my opponent run unopposed. I jumped in at the last minute.
Go Donnie!
Okay, and of course he wasn't expecting that. But I jumped in at the very last minute, surprised everybody that knew me, because nobody had any clue. Okay.
You go, bro.
And you got to serve. I'm not running to get elected. I'm running to fix a problem, okay, and work for you. Unlike my opponent, I will respond to your emails. And if you said catch me outside, I will tell you what's going on, because it's your right to know. And if you don't like what I'm doing, by all means, it's your job to hold me accountable for my actions.
Hey.
So, you have a sign here tonight?
What's that?
You have a sign here tonight? Let me bring that up here. Let's see, where is it?
The Freeman?
The red one over here? No. Okay, so that's your sign. So explain this no to high water rates to us.
Well, then, high water rates is all with this forced sewer stuff. We're paying, like you heard earlier, a $28 million new facility that they built. My opinion is to force us on sewer, force everybody.
Yes.
So that is all in connection with the high water rates, which are outrageous. His sign is perfectly
Yes, sure, but no.
accurate. It's outrageous for all these water rates, and they keep on taxing, nickel and diming us year by year, increasing our water rates for the sewer, not the sewer guys, but the
Water bills.
water bills.
Yeah.
It just keeps on going up. They get this extra income. The first meeting I went to when I got back, they get this extra income. They're like, oh, we can buy $15 billion of this meter that you can access online and see if you got a water leak.
Yeah.
From this $7 million tax increase that they just did. If me and you live like that, we're living in a tent. Okay? So why should our government overspend and not be fiscally sound?
That's right.
Okay? We got to do something. And it all starts with the water, but there's other problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Freeman, running for office. He's running for Deltona City Commission, District 5. You going to be down at the library this Saturday?
Yes.
You guys going to be down at the library, or at least the guys that are running the primary going to be down there? You guys available for people to come see you on Saturday?
I have a town hall on Sunday,
Town hall on Sunday, what time?
1 to 2:30.
At the library?
Yes.
At the Deltona Library. So we need to get out there and support our people. This is our team, yes?
Yes.
This is our city, yes? And we need to get our team elected, yes?